Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Kenneth's dad is the pseudonym of someone who has a record of sending us some great puzzles, so I'm looking forward to giving this a try. I had to jiggle with it a bit. The version I got had big blue arrows and little grey palindromes, and I couldn't see the palindromes. So I have done it so that the grey arrows are smaller and the orange palindromes are larger. I hope that works. It works for me on this screen, so it'll at least work for the video. I will provide the link, obviously, so you can play it. But we'll look at that in a moment. Don't forget that we've got all of our apps, which include Arrow Sudoku, Killer Sudoku, and Line Sudoku. All relevant rules today, even Domino Sudoku. We've got one white dot. But they also include Fog of War Sudoku, our latest brilliant app. We're just in discussions about whether we can manage to find a couple of very hard puzzles for the last release, which aren't in our stable yet. We'll work that out somehow. Anyway, that is our latest app. You can also check our merchandise and SVEN'S SUDOKU Pad on the links under the video. But of course, there is also Patreon, where Are You My Mama is the current Sudoku hunt and is very popular. Loads of number sums puzzles by the PBN Institute. Give it a try, it's great fun. And there we go, that's what's going on there. There's also loads of other content, solution videos, crosswords, connections videos. Check out Patreon, but check out this puzzle. It's the first link under the video. It's called 862 Hertz, I guess, which is either Kenneth's dad's favourite radio station or a clue or something. I don't know. Anyway, it is called that. The rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along a grey arrow must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. So those two will equal that, which also equals that. Orange lines are palindromes, in which the digits along the line must read the same both forward and backward. Now you'll see that all the palindromes in this puzzle, and you can see them all now, are two-cell lines. So what they're basically saying is those lines join equal digits, I guess. Digits in a cage sum to the number given, so those four add up to 27. Digits joined by a white dot are consecutive. There's only two such digits in the puzzle and one white dot. Give it a try on that link. I'm going to start now. Let's see how we go. Kenneth's dad is normally a sort of brilliant medium difficulty, but we will see. Let's get cracking. So, we don't start on the white dot, and we don't start in the cages, which, okay, they're fairly middling values. The 27 actually must have a 9 in. If you had 8765, the next four highest digits, which you could have that were different from each other, that would only add up to 26. So we sort of do start with one of the cages. I think we have to start either with the palindromes and geometry, placing cells around the grid, and this could be a colouring puzzle, or with the circles, which are very aligned, aren't they? Oh, I see. So some of these circles, all of these circles, have a line which is a two-cell line of the same digit according to the palindrome on it. So all the circles are even. If you had a 1 and a 1 there, that would be a 2. If you had a 2 and a 2, that would be a 4. So all the circles are even. I'm just checking, that does apply to every one of these circles. They all have a two-cell arrow containing the same two digits. Now, while I've got those highlighted, I am going to think through that thought. Yes, we've got 2, 4, 6, or 8 in the circle, but it means on the palindromes in question, we have low digits, 1, 2, 3, or 4, always doubling up to give the circle number. Oh, I see. And now we have a sextuple in this row. This must be the point of the puzzle in some way. So those digits are 5, 7, and 9, because those 5, 7 and 9 haven't been used. Actually in row 6 either. Those are 5, 7 and 9. This one must be even, because on a white dot you get one even and one odd digit to be consecutive with each other, and if that one's definitely odd, this one's definitely even. Now there is colouring to be done, I think. What do we do? Oh, the single cell arrows mean that all of these are from 2, 4, 6, 8 as well. Now there's only 4 of those, not 6, so we don't get 5, 7, 9 triples here. Weirdly, I'm wondering about colouring all the 5, 7, 9s one colour and trying to get some idea of what's going on with them. No, let's think about the circles. Right, yes, okay, I've just had this thought. In one row of circles, let's call this a row of circles that I've just coloured light blue. That's not a great colour to distinguish them when it's mainly hidden. Right, in this group of dark blue circles, and I mean this group will be exactly the same, what I'm now going to allege is you can't have 8 and 4 in that group. And that is because if you put 8 in one of these blue circles, you get double 4 on its arrow. And one of those 4s is going to appear in row 4 and stop any of the other circles being a 4. So if 8 is in an arrow, 4 isn't. And therefore, if 8 is in a circle was what I meant, 4 isn't. Therefore, 2 of these circles must be 2 and 6. Oh, and the other one can't be 4, because that would have 2 on its arrow. So it is 2, 6 and 8. And now, of course, now I see why the title of the puzzle is 862 Hertz. That is a group of 2, 6, 8. So is this for exactly the same reason. The geometry is exactly symmetrical. So the digits on these double arrows, the palindrome arrows, are never 2s, because they would go in a circle, they would go on an arrow with a circle that was 4. So those are 1, 3, 4 groups. Now, I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I think we're now dividing up the puzzle into groups that are 2, 6, 8, and I'm going to make them blue. I may change what I'm doing. Groups that are 5, 7, 9, I'm going to make them purple. And groups that are 1, 3, 4, and I'm going to make them yellow. There's a lot of those babies. Right, now, these can't have 4s in anymore, so they're from the 2, 6, 8 group, and they're blue. Now, this is 4, 6, or 8. Ooh, yeah, but I don't know which one is eliminated. I feel like it could be 4. I don't know. No, I don't know. Let's not go on hunches. Where has this got us? One of these is purple, one's blue, one's yellow. Same here, same here. This one is not purple. Okay, let's say I have taken the wrong approach. Let's say that what I need to do is colour the 2, 6, 8s differently from each other. So we'll start with one that has 2. I don't know if this is going to work at all. Let's say this is blue. Whether that is 2, 6 or 8, I don't know. But this arrow, yeah, this circle and arrow is a different colour because it obviously appears in columns 6 and 7. Let's call that green. This one is a third colour because it's a 2, 6 or 8, but it sees blue in the box and green in the row. So we'll make that grey. So now we're trying, now we're trying to make all the 268s blue, green or grey. That one is grey because it sees blue and green. This one is green in the row. That one is blue in the row. And now I've coloured all those 268s differently. Right, now they need to have different components on the 1, 3, 4 path, don't they? So we will leave this one in as yellow. Basically, yellow is the double that comes off blue. So that and that are yellow. These other ones are no longer yellow. We're going to invent a colour for half of green, and that is going to be dark green. And we're going to invent, oh, that one is green as well because it's on the single arrow. Then we're going to invent a colour for half of grey, and that is going to be light blue. And these are definitely all the colours I've got going. Oh yeah, and I've got all 9. No, I haven't. I haven't split up the purples yet. I'm going to think about that, but I don't really know how to distinguish between 5, 7 and 9 at all. Certainly not at this stage of the puzzle. Now, let's just look though. Ah, look, green, this dark green, I can place that in column 3. Yeah, that's magical because it can't be there because it would also be there and that would clash with this. So in column 3, dark green is there. But then it can be in one of those two. It can't be there because of the palindrome. That's what's going to happen is the palindromes are going to sort out a lot of this. Right, green up here, dark green, can't be here because it would clash. So it's there and it's also on a palindrome. And now I've only got 2 dark greens to place in the puzzle in those positions. I mean, that's interesting. It does propagate. Let's try yellow, yellow, yellow. This can't be the yellow in column 6 because it would clash. So that's yellow. It's not so easy. One of those two is yellow. Now, if I can start forcing some of these colours into cages, then I might start having a chance of adding them up, I suppose. One of these 3 is yellow. Ah, yellow is in this cage because that yellow effectively sees that cell through here and it sees that one. So there is a yellow in that cage and it's 1, 3 or 4 in a 27 cage. But it's not 1 because you can't put 1 in a 27 cage. You'd have 26 to make up in 3 digits. So it's either 3 or 4. So yellow is either 3 or 4. And this blue now, which is double yellow, is not 2. It's either 6 or 8. This is how we're going to go about it. Now, was there a counterpart that we could put in here? This green, yes, green, this bright green is definitely in there. But that is not tied down to 1. Oh, and this is only 22. Bright green is 2, 6 or 8. That doesn't feel all that helpful. Oh, this is going to be a weird colouring puzzle. I really don't think we're finished yet. Okay, what is this colour on this palindrome? It's not dark green, bright green, yellow or either blue. The only colour that's not purple left is grey. Could this be grey? It looks like the answer is an emphatic yes, which is a shame. Ah, what about this one? This sees the same 5 colours in the row, but it also sees grey in the column. So that's definitely purple. Now remember, purple is doing duty for 3 numbers here, 5, 7 and 9. It's not just 1 digit repeating. That is not purple. This is it's not the only symmetry breaker. There are the cages which are valued differently, but it is, between them, the cages and that are the only symmetry breakers. Ah, no, I was going to say this must be purple. And it must, actually. It's the same deal here. Yellow, grey, light blue, bright green, and dark blue. All the 6 interesting colours have been seen. So that must be purple. I'm very sorry to 5, 7 and 9 for calling you uninteresting. It's just in this puzzle, you don't do anything on arrows. Now with that being purple, I don't know, does it? I am terrified I'm going to have to colour all the purple individual digits against each other, although I have very little information about them. I mean, if I found that this was the same as this, then it would have to go in the cage, but I don't know. What about this? It doesn't see dark blue, it sees the other 5 colours in this row that aren't purple. So this could be purple or it could be dark blue. If it's not dark blue's in the cage in one of those 2 cells. Dark blue is not in this cage. Oh, I don't know. There's a light blue in one of those 2. There's... Ah, that is light blue. It's the only place it can go in column 4. Right, hadn't seen that. I suppose that was the equivalent of yellow down here, but it's on a palindrome up there. Now, what does that do? That means, yes, that means light blue is in here. And that is a 1, 3 or 4 digit, but this is a 22 cage compared to the 27 up here. Oh, but of course we knew light blue couldn't be in there, not just because it's here, but because we can only get one of the 1, 3, 4 digits in the cage. We can't put 2 of them in. Even if you put 4 and 3 in, you'd have to have 2 more digits, adding to 20. Can't be that. So, 2 of the digits, yellow is in, and the other 2 1, 3, 4 digits, which are dark green and light blue, are not... Oh, well, I already know they're not in, apparently. Bother. I thought that was a big deduction. It wasn't. Okay. I thought getting that light blue would be helpful. It wasn't. Well, it put it in this cage. Okay, so in this cage, we now have a 2, 6 or an 8 and a 1, 3 or a 4, definitely. We don't have any other very low digits. Now, let's assume that the green, the bright green that's in here is not a 2. Then that's at least a 6. And the other digits are at least 5 and 7. Ah, that still lets light blue be any one of 1, 3 or 4. I thought it might be about to restrict it to being 1, and it did not do so. I am beginning to wonder about whether we're ever going to really see a breakthrough here. I mean, I'm sure we will, but I'm not grasping how it's going to come to me. Now, this, I'm tempted to think that this one can be grey, so it probably is, but unless I can definitely rule out purple, I can't really achieve that. I mean, I could still colour these 3 purples against each other, but I don't see what it's going to give me. Okay, what about this digit, which is not purple, because it's 4, 6 or 8. It's also not light blue, light green or dark green. So it could be dark blue if it's 6 or 8. Grey, no, it can't be grey either. It could be yellow. In fact, it is either yellow or dark blue. If it's yellow, it's a 4. If it's dark blue, it's 6 or 8. Oh, that's almost powerful. But it isn't, ultimately. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm a bit stuck at this point. Dark blue up here is in one of those 2 cells. So down here, it's in one of these 3. Oh, and up here it's in one of those three. Oh, I'd love to either get it in this 22 cage or out of it. But I don't get how. I'm worried I'm going to have to try and colour the purples somehow. Oh, I just think it's going to be a mess. I mean, you may already think the grid is coloured like a mess at this stage. I'm just about keeping a handle on what it all means, but maybe not a clear enough one. Grey. I haven't really done anything with grey. There's a grey in one of those two cells. There isn't much else to... Oh, hang on. There's a grey in one of these two. And therefore there is a grey in one of those two. I don't know. Okay, maybe the maths of this box. If that was right, 27, I'm sure you know the secret. If you don't, allow me to introduce you to the concept that every row, column and box in a Sudoku adds up to the same number. And that number we know, it's 45. That's the big secret. So this box adds up to 45. This cage adds up to 27. These others add up to 18. If that was an 8, these would be 1, 2, 3, 4. They cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4 because that would include each of 1, 3, 4, one of which is yellow, and yellow is in the cage. So that is not an 8. So we've got a digit in the grid. After 18 and 3/4 minutes, we get a 6 in blue. But that is going to propagate. Yellow becomes a 3 because of the relationship between the long arrows. So, or the sort of palindrome on the arrow. So yellow is a 3. Now, dark green and light blue are not 3. They are 1 or 4. And now yellow, which is 3, is in this cage along with 3 other digits that add up to 24. And they are 7, 8 and 9. It's the only way to do it. So these other digits are a 2 and a 5 in the box. That's a 2 or a 5. And now I'm going to actually use that. Look, I've got a 2, 5 pair and 6 looking at bright green. So that must be 8. Excellent. And this is going to probably fall apart like delicate bread now. Dark green on the arrows becomes 4. There's another one there and a pair up there. They're all 4. Light blue becomes 1. Loads of digits are now filled in. This grey has become 2 because of our original 862 hertz. There. Now I get 5 and 2 and 2. They were grey. I don't know if am I going to colour the whole grid or am I going to uncolour it now? Let's leave it. Oh look, these are both purples in the column 6. So now I've got the 5, 7, 9 trio in the central box. And this pair is a 4, 5 pair, which are, I don't know what colour 5 is. Oh, 5 is no, hang on, they're not a 4, 5 pair. Let's do that correctly. They're a 4, 8 pair, and I know where the 8 goes. That's even better. 4 there. 8 here is bright green. Oh, I can't get it right. There we go. Now, that 4 fixes 4 here as well. That's all the 4s done in the grid. They're all in. How are we doing on 8s? Not so hot, but there's an 8 in this 22 cage now. In fact, let's do the secret here. 22 plus those 3 which add up to 9 is 31. These two add up to 14. They are not 8 and 6 because neither of them can be 8. So that is a 5, 9 pair. And they are fully purple. And that gives me a 5, 9 pair in this row, and that's a 7. And this might even start disambiguating purple cells. These two can't have a 7 in. The 7 in this column has to be there. Those don't have a 7 in. Oh, we're going to get to the white dot to do the 5-9 disambiguation, I imagine. Anyway, this cage, let's get rid of all the markings. It contains 1, 6, 7, 8, and they do add up to 22. 6 can't be on the left side, 7 can't be on the top side. In this column, we need a 6, which is not there, and a 5-9 pair. 6 is here at the top and is blue. Apparently I am still colouring. 1, 4, 8, 7, 3. 2 is placed here, and that is grey. Haven't done much grey in the puzzle, so there it is in box 9. And we've got 2 2s left to go. This is a 5, 6, 9 triple. That is a 6 to complete row 7. What colour is 6? Dark blue, thank you. That is 6 by Sudoku now. And, oh, that is joining to 5 or 7. I thought it was going to be more helpful. Which one of these is 3? I don't know. Oh, but look, I've got a 5-9 pair in the row. So that is a 3-7 pair, and this must be 5. Ah, there we go. It did disambiguate. So those aren't 5. Those aren't 9. Up here, these aren't 9. This is 7 or 8. It's not 7, it's 8. 8 has a colour, it's bright green. That is now 3, that's 7. I should colour these properly. 3 is the genuinely yellow one. 7 is purple, one of the purples. I haven't had to fix the purple colourage, actually. That's good. That's 1 or 3. That's 1 or 7. Definitely not 3 in the... Oh, it's not 7. Keep on not noticing that 7 lurking in this cage, in this box. Right. So 3 was yellow. 5 has a colour, as does 7. They're both purple. That 1 is the bright blue. This pair is a 5-9 double purple. Up here we have a 6, that's here. And another 5 or 9, which is purple. And that's providing a pair looking at the corner, which must be 8. And the last 2 columns are completely complete. That's a 5-8 pair. This one is known, it's a 9. What colour is 9? Purple, obviously. 5 and 8, don't know. This is a 2-3 pair. We do get a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light, proving its position. And the 5 and 8 don't know, but 2 can go in the central box now, right there. Colour grey, that might be the last grey in the puzzle. This one is a 1. And that means 1 is not in these cells, 8 is not in those 2. Is there something to determine these? I don't know. I might have to do the purples next. And I don't quite know how. Ah, that 9, that's where we start. So this is 5, that's 9. I think this is just going to rock and roll around. So that 9 looks here, that's a 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 9, 5, 9. That was very good. Now this 5 sorts out 5 and 8 up here. 8 has a colour, 5 is just purple. And that 8 is going to sort out this box for me. 1, 7, 6, 8. Let's do the colours. That is light blue. 7 is purple. 6 is dark blue. 8 is green. And this one must be purple. This is 6 and 5. And this is 5 and 9. And I think we're done. That's a very neat puzzle. Really good setup there. Look at that. 862 Hertz solved. Thank you, Kenneth's dad. That's very clever. It's a fairly drab colour scheme I managed in the end with no red. sorry, or orange. There we go though. It is fully coloured, it is beautiful, and it was a very clever Sudoku, and that's what we're asking for every day. So do leave a comment, engage with us if you will. Feel free to point out what I could have done quicker or did wrong if that occurred, but at least I got the answer right in the end, which is my main goal. So thanks for watching, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.